Adam, plenty going on, and you've made your first 4 signings. If we just take them in order, George Willis is your new goalkeeper. What does he bring to the party?
Yeah, I think we've had off the pitch a busy few weeks. We've spoke to a lot of players, met a lot of players, and obviously come to the conclusion on them 4 that we'd like them to be involved in what we're trying to do. George being the first one, we feel he's got a lot of good attributes as a goalkeeper. Technically very good, distribution's very good, and for someone that's of a young age for a goalkeeper, he's got a very old and experienced head on him. His background is he works in a football academy, which was a plus point for me. It shows that his thought process and his frame of mind is football based, which is good. He wants to learn, he wants to grow, and as a goalkeeper is exceptional. I know Gainsborough were very disappointed to lose him, and that obviously we jumped in and took him. So I feel it'll be a good signing for us, and the work will start to help him improve and to help the team improve.
You've brought in 2 defenders in Jack Cowgill and Brad Beats, and what do you feel they bring?
Again, both 2 very young and hungry players, both got points to prove for different reasons. Brad's obviously come through an academy himself, still at a very young age, had a season at men's football which has done him the world of good. He's got good presence at 6 foot plus, excellent left foot, great delivery, and he wants to be the best that he can possibly be. He's not coming just for a jolly up. He wants to move on, he wants to get back up the football ladder, and Jack's the same. Jack's obviously had a little bit more of a different journey. He's been out on loan to the conference, which was successful for him. He's been in and around Barnsley's first team, and for one reason or another the doors haven't opened that Jack needed to open for him to probably stay at that level. But anybody that's done the homework on Jack knows that potentially he has some exceptional skills in his armoury. It's up to us now to get the best out of him and hope that he's a real asset for Boston United. I think with all of these young players that we're bringing in, it's fantastic having the potential to work with, but it's important that they push themselves now to maximise that.
And at the other end of the scale, you've brought in a 33-year-old with vast experience in midfield, and I know he's a player that you really rate highly. Yeah,
obviously in Jamie Maguire, he's somebody that I played with, I captained, and then I managed. The balance that we've got to get right, and one thing that I'm very, very wary of from my experience at this level, is that when you are bringing in the older pros, the older footballers that have had obviously good careers, it's making sure that the character's right and that they're coming for the right reasons. And we don't want to sign people that are at a stage where, one, on the pitch they can't give us what we need, but 2, that they just come in to pick up the last bit of money in the last 2 years of the career or whatnot. So our homework on the older pros and the recruitment we're doing in that aspect is a very much in-depth process. I know with Jamie exactly what I'm bringing into the building. He'll be a leader on the pitch, and he'll be a leader off it. He's somebody that constantly sets standards. It'll be fantastic for our young lads that we've got in the building. We're obviously putting a big emphasis on the youth system and trying to get players through our own system here, and to have Jamie's experience in the building will be priceless. On the pitch, he's somebody that probably does more destroying than he does creating, but I think he gives you great balance in there. He's an organiser, he's a talker, and he's somebody that ultimately I trust.
Adam Chapman signed as well, presumably pleased with that?
Yeah, chuffed. I think Adam's got a point to prove. I think I probably blew him up a little bit too much when he first came in, but I do think a lot of the lad, and I think that when he came in, what people didn't realise is that apart from his short spell at Gainsborough, he'd had 4 months not playing, and for any footballer, especially to come in at the stage we were at and the battles we were fighting on the pitch, I know he found that tough to kind of get up to his own pace and look after others as well. So we haven't seen the best of Chappie yet. What he's got to do now is he's got to get his head down, which he's doing over the summer in terms of his own personal work, and then have a good pre-season. And I think that if we can get him to the levels that he should be at, then he'll be a valuable player for us. It's going to take a lot of hard work with all the group. We know that we're in for a very tough season this season because of the uplift in the standard and the resources that are being thrown at it from other clubs. There's a lot of full-time clubs. There's a lot of finances going into signing players at the minute. So we've got to match that in different ways. We've already lost out to a couple of signings to the so-called big hitters in this league. So we keep moving forward. We're very happy with what we've got at the minute. We're looking at a few more this week, hopefully. But we feel we're putting a group together that can really compete this season. And the one thing that, especially so far with the players, that I believe we'll get is win, lose or draw. That when we walk off this pitch of a Tuesday or a Saturday afternoon, the fans will know that everybody's give everything to try and win the game, and that's all you can ask for.
And there's just over 3 weeks now until the start of pre-season training. It doesn't seem that long since you finished, but you'll soon be back into it and looking ahead to the start of your friendlies. Yeah,
it's been non-stop, to be honest with you. We've got that much going on at the minute that we yet to have a break, so to speak, but the work's got to be done now. Pre-season for us is vital. I'm going to be asking the players to go that extra yard in pre-season in terms of probably extra sessions that they're not normally used to doing at this level at pre-season, but because we are going to be a new group, not just football-wise but socially, we need to make sure that we're together as much as we can. I think team spirit next year is going to be vital, and you only get that by being together and having that contact time. So we'll ask the lads to go above and beyond for us, which I have no doubt they will. We've got some real good guys in the building at the minute. Our game schedule is one that will challenge us, but in all the right ways, and we can't wait to get started. We really are excited about not just getting the boys back in pre-season, but for the upcoming season. There's a lot of work going on off the pitch. There's a lot of work going on the pitch in terms of the work being done on that. So it's exciting times ahead, and it's going to be a lot of hard work, but I think it's going to be a season that we can all look forward to.
And how's Greg Smith? He's obviously still recovering from that horrific injury on New Year's Day. Are you confident you'll have him back near enough at the start of the season?
Yeah, Greg's working really hard. He's been doing obviously all his rehab work. He's still doing it over the summer. He's at a stage now where we can really push him. So we'll be working with Greg closely over the last few weeks before we go back into pre-season, and hoping then that we're giving him the best opportunity to use pre-season to get to where he needs to be. Obviously it won't be stupid. We'll monitor his game time and his workload, because we don't want to pick up any secondary injuries off that. But like with everybody, pre-season is going to be huge. I think the football club suffered too many pointless injuries early doors last season, which probably hampered the season. So our load will be monitored very carefully. Chairman's been good enough to help us get the GPS vests in, which will help us monitor the distance covered in games and in training, and all different kinds of different data that we're going to be able to use to tailor training and to make sure that we're getting the best out of the group that we've got.
And similar to Greg, Burgess, Roberts and Pepe all missed out last year. Are you anticipating that they'll be back for pre-season and hoping to earn a deal with you?
Yeah, I've heard nothing different. We said at the end of the season that we would give them an opportunity to do pre-season with us. They've been on the phone to me asking for extra work and to get extra training over the summer, which we're open to. And all of them are in a good place at the minute. I think we've seen Burge last game of the season. He lasted 45 minutes, but he looked strong. So again, like everybody else, it's on their toes now to come back in a condition that asks questions of us.